I did really good. Like when my dad was in the ICU, I still
Mhm.
brought my food to the hospital and ate in his room. Like I did so good for the trauma, like during that traumatic time when I was there
Yeah.
frequently. And then it was like once he passed away, I don't know,
Yeah.
like came to a head last week.
Yeah.
Now I feel like the last 2 days have been better.
Yeah.
But it scares me because I know this has been a real struggle for years now for me.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I want to just let you know what you did with your dad being in the hospital and everything. This is a very common thing I hear a lot about from caregivers, that they can buckle down and get real precise during the time that the crisis is happening. But then once they get back from the crisis or things have settled, because as much as I know you don't see it this way, but like your dad's passing kind of ended that whole process, right? It's like that. Okay, now I can kind of breathe a little bit. Like, yes, I have to deal with the grief, but I'm not having to run up to the hospital constantly and micromanage his care and all that.
yeah.
It's like that. I'm gonna now kind of reward myself for having gotten through that without thinking about that logically. Does that sound true, or maybe how you felt a little bit?
Yeah, no, I did. And I also had took some time off work too. So all of a sudden I
Mhm.
wasn't like my work ended and then we decided to remove life support and then he passed away. And then it was like all of this time, like all of a sudden I had all this free time last week, even though I have kids too, but you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
all of this like time that I was anticipating driving an hour to the hospital and spending the day there and then coming home and taking care of my kids, all of a sudden that was all over.
Yeah.
And
Well, and so let's do this. I'm curious that what you've been doing since February with the tracking, how and where, how are you tracking your food? And you said you have had been doing it now for a little bit. What does it look like on a daily basis, this tracking?
I've been using the Lose It app. I
Okay.
have tried the paper pencil, like repeatedly over the last 3 years, and I
Mhm.
decided to try Lose It. And my commitment to myself was like tracking anything. And like initially, I didn't look at calories. So like at first, I just wanted to get an idea of what I was doing. And
Mhm.
then I started focusing on trying to hit like a target. I'm trying to get around 2,100 calories and I was actually losing on that. So I was very happy with that.
Yeah.
And then my plan was to just continue to do that until it stopped, until like
Okay.
I stopped. But I do find sometimes when like the little bites, when you have kids, I think I've even heard you talk about this on
Yeah.
podcasts. Sometimes those little bites, like I sometimes forget to like log that, or I'm like, how do I even log a bite? Like
Mhm.
you go to put it in and,
Mhm.
it's like those things kind of stumped me a little bit, but even that I was like, you know what? Who cares if it's accurate? I'm just getting it done.
Yes.
I've been listening for a long time, and I feel like my mental space when I started this was a lot different.
Yeah.
Um, there has been like some weekends where I felt like, things that we didn't plan on kept happening, and then we ended up having people show up, and then we had food we didn't plan on or drinks
Mhm.
we didn't plan on. So sometimes, like I really try hard to at least log some of it. But I do struggle sometimes when we've had a lot of things unplanned, or like my in-laws came over and got like basically Chinese food, but they get these group dinners and it's like a buffet. Like I'm like, how do I even log this?
Mhm.
So I
Mhm.
struggle with that a little bit still. But then the difference is before I feel like I would have just kind of fallen off and not restarted the next day, and I get back on and I've been continuing recording or
Love it.
logging my food.
Mhm.
I think I answered your question. Sorry, sometimes I go on
Yeah.
tangents.
No, no, that's good. Okay, because that just gave me some good insight there. So do you have something you can write with real quick while
Yeah.
we're talking? Okay. So what I